Hello viewers, we came to star Baz USA. Glenn Close has never been one to shy away from controversy or the uncomfortable edges of societal norms, and her recent remarks about reclaiming the word she continue that long-standing tradition. At the premiere of Ryan Murphy's highly anticipated series All's Fair, Close made headlines not for her performance, but for a comment that sparked laughter, debate, and conversation across social and traditional media. In her typically unflinching style, Close openly declared, "I like the word she. I think it's gotten a negative connotation, but it shouldn't be. It's a fabulous word for a fabulous part of our bodies." This moment was not merely a throwaway line or a bid for attention. It was a deliberate, almost academic intervention into language, gender, and culture. By reclaiming a word historically used as one of the most vicious insults directed at women, Close is challenging the negative baggage that has been imposed on it for centuries. The way she delivered it, confidently, playfully, and without apology, underscores her intention to strip the term of its pejorative power, transforming it instead into a symbol of empowerment and bodily autonomy. In the same interview, Close humorously questioned the common expressions associated with the word, joking about phrases such as giving she with her signature wit. While the statement elicited laughter, it also highlighted a key point. The linguistic and cultural manipulation of women's bodies and identities through language is a deeply ingrained social practice. By confronting this directly, Close forces a reconsideration of how such words are used, by whom, and to what effect. Her comments encourage audiences to separate the inherent humanity and value of the word from the historically misogynistic contexts in which it has often been wielded. The timing of her statement was particularly notable, coinciding with discussions about the ensemble cast of All's Fair, which includes names such as Kim Kardashian, Niecy Nash, Sarah Paulson, Naomi Watts, and Tiana Taylor. Close spoke with admiration about her co-stars, highlighting the energy and humor they bring to the set. She specifically praised Niecy Nash as probably the biggest, funniest spark among them, noting that Sarah Paulson brought a complimentary, electrifying presence. The cast reportedly bonded over shared experiences in the industry, including a pajama party hosted by Kris Jenner, where they watched Fatal Attraction, Close's iconic film, and discussed the evolution of women's roles on screen. This anecdote underscores the continuity of Close's career-long mission, to portray complex, multi-dimensional female characters who defy stereotypes. Throughout her career, Close has consistently gravitated toward roles that explore the gray areas of human behavior. From her Academy Award-winning performances to her forays into television and stage, she has displayed a unique ability to find empathy for characters who are often misunderstood, vilified, or outright feared. In a 2022 interview, she described her process, emphasizing the importance of understanding why a character behaves in certain ways. You have to find out why they behave the way they do, and hopefully it will give you empathy. And for me, that has been an unbelievable journey with every character that I have played. This approach mirrors her comments on the word she, understanding, reclaiming, and reframing the meaning to reveal nuance rather than adhere to reductive stereotypes. The historical context of the word itself is striking. For centuries, she has been one of the most loaded terms in the English language, used almost exclusively as a weapon to insult, demean, or control women. Its power as a slur comes not from the word itself, but from the social structures that have attached shame and danger to it. Linguists and feminist scholars have long discussed the reclamation of such language as a form of resistance, asserting that by embracing a term, women can strip it of its oppressive power and redefine it on their own terms. Close's public use of the word in a celebratory and humorous context aligns perfectly with this tradition. She is not using it to shock for the sake of shock. She is demonstrating that words do not own women, that society's attempt to shame through language can be inverted into empowerment. In broader cultural terms, this act of reclamation fits within a wave of public figures who are challenging entrenched linguistic taboos. From comedians to activists to other actors, there is a growing awareness that language is a battleground for social power. By choosing to use she in a neutral or even celebratory way, Close forces her audience to reconsider assumptions about propriety, decency, and the power dynamics embedded in everyday speech. The reaction to her statement, ranging from applause to criticism, demonstrates precisely why this conversation is necessary. Language shapes perception, and perception shapes society. Close's intervention also resonates on a personal level. Across her decades-long career, she has often portrayed women who refuse to be diminished or defined by societal expectations. Her iconic roles, from the calculating Alex Forrest in Fatal Attraction to the complex Cruella de Vil in Cruella, have showcased women who command attention, authority, and agency, often in spaces where they are expected to defer to others. Reclaiming the word, she, as consistent with this ethos, it is an assertion of autonomy, a declaration that women may define themselves on their own terms, using language as a tool rather than a constraint. Moreover, Close's remarks have sparked important discussions about body positivity and the representation of female anatomy in public discourse. Historically, words associated with women's bodies have been politicized, stigmatized, or eroticized in ways that reinforce social hierarchies. By calling the word fabulous and aligning it with celebration rather than shame, Close challenges these hierarchies directly. She is, in essence, inviting society to rethink how women's bodies, and the language surrounding them, are perceived, discussed, and valued. Critically, her approach blends humor with gravitas. Close does not demand immediate acceptance or universal agreement. Instead, she demonstrates how a word can be disarmed, recontextualized, and reintegrated into conversation with new meaning. This method mirrors her acting technique: careful observation, empathetic understanding, and the subtle infusion of intelligence and wit. Just as she has transformed the narratives of her characters, she is now transforming the narrative surrounding a word that has long carried heavy social weight. In conclusion, Glenn Close's public reclamation of the word, she, is a deliberate, thoughtful, and culturally resonant act. It reflects her lifelong commitment to portraying complex female characters, challenging social norms, and encouraging audiences to question the assumptions embedded in language. By embracing humor, intelligence, and historical awareness, Close has turned a word long used to demean women into a statement of empowerment, bodily autonomy, and self-definition. This is not a fleeting provocation but a continuation of her broader artistic mission: to confront discomfort, embrace complexity, and, ultimately, reclaim power, in language, in performance, and in life. In doing so, she demonstrates once again why she remains one of the most fearless and influential figures in contemporary culture, unafraid to challenge conventions and redefine the boundaries of expression for women everywhere.